Hey there YouTube, just want to make a quick video on knives when it comes to various outdoors activities such as camping, backpacking, bushcraft, and ultralight backpacking. So there is a pretty big divide between ultralight backpackers and more traditional outdoorsmen. For instance, bushcrafters are more tool-centered and may carry more tools such as an axe, a saw, a full-size knife, and even a smaller blade for more detailed work, while an ultralight backpacker may only carry a small pocket knife or may not carry a knife at all. I wanted to give you a visual comparison between what a more traditional backpacker or bushcrafter may carry versus that of an ultralight backpacker and give you the different mindsets or rationales for both. So for instance, this is the SEHF 37, which has a 7-inch blade and weighs in at 15 ounces and 1 pound 6 ounces with the included sheath. This knife costs $35 to $40 and is very budget friendly. For a detailed review on this knife, please watch Prepared Mind 101 and Gideon's Tacticals reviews. On the other side of the spectrum, you have the Victorinox Classic SD. As you can see, the SEHF 37 is about as long as my forearm, and the Classic SD is no larger than my thumb. It has a small blade, a pair of scissors, a nail file, which also doubles as your screwdriver, both Phillips and flathead, a pair of tweezers for bee stings and splinters, and last but not least, the toothpick. Now, there's really not much use for that toothpick, and I don't even know why they still have those there. But anyway, I wanted to show you different sets of knives when you're transitioning from a more traditional backpacking style to that of the ultralight backpacker. Now, I was a Boy Scout before I started going outdoors, so I was introduced to the outdoors by joining the Scouts, and I have a problem with the concept that ultralight backpackers are saying that you don't really need a knife when you go outdoors. Some ultralight backpackers believe that the only function that they have of a knife is to open packages and to cut cheese. So this knife is not something that I would recommend for the outdoors. This is 0.7 ounces and is excellent for the weight and definitely great for the price. This sells for about $10 on Amazon. But if I was going to carry a small pocket-sized tool, I would probably go with the Leatherman Squirt. It has a pair of pliers and are more usable even for gear repair. I've tried stitching gear with my bare hands and I've wound up, puncturing my thumb with the needle and wound up getting injured. So I like to sew things now with the use of my multi-tools. So I often carry this when I go backpacking, and I would pair it up with a smaller fixed blade. I wanted to show you a few options. Both of these knives are excellent. This is the BK24 in the aftermarket sheath. This is the AZ Welke sheath. And the BK24 is 2.5 ounces of D2 steel. There is a cheaper $10.95 version. The BK24 is $55, and there are a lot of great reviews on this product. The BK14 is $10.95 steel and is a little bit cheaper. But I like D2 steel because of its semi-stainless stainless steel properties. And this is the SC Izula 2, which is a very popular knife and has a great handle. These are micarta scales and fits my size large hands really nicely. For a detailed review on this, please watch Gideon's Tactical and Rev Hiker. Both these knives are about $55 to $60 and can even go up to $80. So are a little bit pricey. So a great low-cost option and a lighter weight option is the Mora Classic 2.0. This is Sandvik steel made in Sweden, very sharp, but one of my issues with it is that it does not have a finger guard, and you could easily slip up the handle if your hands were wet or if you were sweating. So I've placed some rubber bands here, and I intend to wrap the handle from this point to the butt with rubber band. This knife also doesn't have the best sheath, and it will slip out really easily. So you really need to kind of press it in there and make sure that it doesn't come out. The rubber bands also aid in that. But this knife only costs $17 to $19 and weighs in at 1.8 ounces. So in my most recent trips, I usually pair this up with a small multi-tool such as the Leatherman Squirt. I just like having a small fixed blade with me. I do believe that you should always have a knife and have the capability to do some type of bushcraft when you're outdoors. In case your gear fails, you need to have a way to still cook your food, still boil water, and still have a shelter if ever your shelter failed or if you lost your equipment. So another option that is very popular with thru hikers and backpackers would be the multi-tool. This is the Leatherman Signal, and I have a more detailed review of the Signal. This was designed by Leatherman to be an outdoors multi-tool. Has a included ferro rod and whistle combo, a sharpening rod, still has great set of pliers, a very nice blade, and a saw. One of the classic multi-tools that most people carry is the Leatherman Wave. Both these tools are excellent and are retail about $100 to $120. They're on the pricey side. So for those who are getting into backpacking and may have a budget constraint, you can always go with the Leatherman Sidekick. It has spring-loaded pliers. Still has that great 420 high carbon steel blade and a nice saw. As you can see, I have used this saw, and I like having a multi-tool, and usually multi-tools weigh in at about 8 ounces to 10 ounces. The Leatherman Sidekick weighs in at 7 ounces, and I think is the most bang for your buck when it comes to outdoors activities. I have recently gotten my pack weight down to about 5 ounces during the summer. I usually prefer 7 to 8 pounds over 5 pounds, and that's usually my comfort level. But I've recently gotten it down to about 5 to 7 pounds, and have recently not been using my trekking poles. And when you carry a tarp shelter, usually you would need the trekking poles, but I've also decided that you can always just hang up your tarp between 2 trees, or if you had a multi-tool, you could always just cut a branch and you could use that in place of your trekking poles. So I really like multi-tools and knives for the outdoors. I think you should always carry a knife. Again, I did come from a Boy Scout background, and I always think that when you go outdoors, you should always have the necessary tools, just in case you have some type of scenario that your gear would fail, or if you just ran out of fuel for cooking, you could always process wood. I think that ultralight backpackers tend to omit a lot of items to get down to a very low weight, that at some points it may not be safe anymore. And even if you survive that, there's still the hours that you would be out there, and it would be a bit of a nuisance in my opinion. So traditional backpackers and bushcrafters may carry too many things, but it's also good to carry something. So for each and every individual, you have your own needs, your own perspectives, your own skill level. So you have to take that into account when you're looking for a knife. Look at what you're actually going to be doing, the places you're going. Are you going to be more bushcraft oriented? Are you going to be more ultralight oriented? And you have to factor these in along with the cost of every item and the weight of every item. As for me, on kayaking trips, I feel very confident in the SEHF 37 and the Baco Laplander. These two items have received a lot of use over this summer and are great, especially considering the price. Whenever we're in the Appalachian Trail and I know I won't really be building any fires, I still do carry a small fixed blade and a small multi-tool, or I carry a full-size multi-tool. I have found that having that 8 ounce on my belt doesn't really matter too much. It's not uncomfortable for me to have a 12 to 16 ounce total weight on my shoulders in my backpack and have a multi-tool to my side. There are points in my experience where ultralight mentality becomes a little bit silly, where, hey, oh, do you have to weigh the knife in your hand, in your pocket, and so forth. I think that as long as you're comfortable and as long as you're prepared, that's the most important thing. So please like, share, and subscribe, and please comment below. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.